Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special stream. Chris Nirvana Tool here, and I have just gotten my 20th anniversary packs. Well, one part of the shipment so far has come in, and I was one of the lucky few who have been able to get it so far. So, with that, as promised, guys, I'm gonna crack this pack on stream. We're going to go through all the cards. I'm going to kind of take a look at each card one by one. We're going to talk about them, maybe, have some fun, tell some jokes, talk about their power level, talk about their usage. I think you've seen, if any of you guys have watched my stream in the past, you've actually seen me play with one of these in action already in a tournament. So I'll have a lot to talk about that one. But either way, there's still a lot in here that we haven't been able to talk about, including one of the unannounced cards yet so far. The Overlord that we do not know of, though some have already known. People have gotten the pack already and have been good about not spoiling it, like putting it in, like seeding it in their spoiler video. So that's good. Shout out to Josh Kors, who was the first person to come out with the video. So kudos there. I was very, very happy to see that, Josh. So I know how hard these videos could be. So you did it first, so now I get to do it again. So thank you for showing me the way. But anyway, what's going on, Joanski? How you doing, buddy? So we're going to crack this pack, but as you can see, there's a little piece of paper that came with it. So I would not be doing my due diligence if I did not read that as well, though I think a few people have kind of read it already. So we're going to get into that. Before I do, of course, stick around for the end of this. So if you're just tuning in to let me watch the first 30 seconds or so of this video, see if it's worth my time, and skip it. The end is going to be worth your time. We're going to have a giveaway. It's going to be a fun giveaway. And the details of that will come at the end. So with that clickbait / teaser thing / getting you to fast forward to the very end of my video. Either way, thank you for the view. We're going to get right into it. So let's go first. Oh, look at that. Look at how I was mistreating that pack. Let's get right to the speech that they have written to us. So I'm going to just look at that. I can actually show it. That's a little bit of a long letter here. Did see that coming in. It was really nice of them to obviously include something more than just the packs. It kind of adds that little personal touch that really this promotion is kind of, it has been at the heart of this promotion, I'd say, from the beginning. Obviously, AEG didn't have to do a 20th anniversary pack. Of course, they're a business. They're here to make money. But I think they recognize, too, that it, what spawned this and made it possibility is the passion that is the Warlord fan base. So you've got to honor that, and they did the right thing by including this in here. What's going on, Midge? How you doing? So we're going to read out this letter. And just kind of see what they had to write. So, greetings, Warlord player. 20 years ago, we all started a journey. This journey took us to a new land of good and evil, humans and elves, magic and monsters. Through intense and exciting gameplay, you fought for your chosen factions, creating decks that blew our minds, even though we had designed the cards. The Warlord CCG sought to capture the excitement of D20 RPGs in a card game, all while giving players a competitive head-to-head battle with amazing, larger-than-life characters. Through years of the game, we believe we did just that. But it wasn't enough. We wanted to face the players on the field, and the challenge system did just that. Through Dragon Lords, Overlords, and Medusan Lords, you took part in a gaming experience like no other. It was a dizzying time of arms races, with every player trying to outthink and outbuild these ultra overpowered decks. That's a lot of adjectives. Ultra overpowered decks, with the reward being to take them home. I started off so good reading this, and now I'm starting to stumble. That ultra overpowered decks really got me. Anyway. Back to story time with Nirvana Tool here. Warlord was like nothing else AEG had ever developed, simply because of that interaction. It's something we look back at fondly, and with more than a little desire to return, Look at that. The Warlord community was like no other in gaming and still is. Today, you hold in your hands. I'm almost good. There we go. Today, you hold in your hands a small return to that time. This 20th anniversary set includes all new warlords and items to build new and exciting decks. And we even included a new overlord. You can create your own decks for him and create challenges for your friends. Will one of them defeat you? Thank you for joining us in this remembrance of Warlord. We hope to see you all in the years to come as your and our journey through the Accord Lands continues. Signed, the Warlord team. With a nice little AEG stamp over there. So, this is a really nice letter. Again, I think they have the right tone here. Interested to see the Warlord team. That's just very vague. I don't know who's written behind that letter. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the history that kind of made Warlord really what it is. So I guess that's kind of what they go for it. I would have, honestly, you got all this space down here. Put Zinzer, put Todd, put Vlad. He's up there too. You can even go back to Dave Williams if you want to go. Brent Keith. All those people who've really made Warlord what it was. Jeremy Black, Rich Carter. Have RBD on here, the People's Champ. But Laura Scott, the story lady. A whole bunch of people on there. Andrew Getting, also story. There's a whole lot of story people. Oh, I just offended you all by saying Laura first. But Laura's close to my heart. What can I say? Shout out to Laura. What's going on? Shout out to Arn. Wow. Oh, my God. Arn. I'm sorry I insulted you, buddy. Good friend of mine through many of 4E and who graciously added me to the player design team. And especially I still remember Arn calling out when I made the cut at one Gen Con after I had won Gen Con, that first 4E. The second year I was in the cut, he's like, can anyone beat this guy, please? I remember him calling that out. I'm like, oh, great, Arn. Sure enough, I lost right in the first match of the top 16. So they answered his call. Ooh, he's throwing out Aiden Boyle. There you go. He's definitely a character for many. Have a lot of good drinking stories with Aiden Boyle. And he survived them. Barely, but he survived them. Shout out to Aiden, wherever you are, buddy. The Medusan Slayer extraordinaire. So again, there's a whole lot of people. Obviously, he's not involved with AEG, but there's a whole lot of people that really make this game what it is. So when they talk about larger than life characters, that's not just Krun and Belial and all these other warlords that people have played against. It's also the people who are behind piloting those decks. So now we're a little waxing poetic here with Warlord. So kill more Medusans than Shire. Shire got what, 2? I think he got 2. I think Aiden got 3. So maybe more. I don't know. Either way. So, but yeah, that's the one thing. I would have liked the personal touch. I mean, I think the people who are getting this pack, most of the people know the faces and the names behind it. But would have been nice to see each of them kind of called out. But I guess there's only so much you can put on a piece of paper. Either way, don't worry, guys. We all know. So with that, let's get cracking. Now I'm going to move my camera and my microphone. This is I don't know if anyone is paying attention to me or has paid attention to any of my streams. This is the first stream that I am doing sitting down. I usually stand. But my table is not tall enough to stand and do this. So it's going to be a little awkward and I'm trying. Hate sitting. I prefer standing. Alrighty. Ooh, okay, I see you just dropping. I don't think he killed Ale. Ale was, Ale. Shire killed Ale? No. Haviland killed Isle. Darkfeather, unless Isle died again. He killed Masochist. He killed Dexton. I remember that one. Fat Kid in the chat. Hello. So, what do you say we get cracking with this pack here? Hopefully this camera angle's a little weird, but, I think it'll do. So, I think I can get better. This is what you came to see. You came to see me play around with my microphone to kind of get it in a right manner. I have to have my face here, guys. I know you're here for this. Want to become famous? Who are you? Get out of here, AMBVB bot. Go away. All right. So anyway, That's going to look really weird. Oh, no, never mind. The chat's here on the stream. Look at me. I was smart enough. I was going to say, that looks weird on the playback on YouTube. Anyway, let's crack this bad boy. So starting us off, we got the little pull tab over here. I will say about the packaging, it's like super, it's heavy duty for sure. It's definitely like they have so many cards in here. So I guess obviously they went a little thicker. It's a thick boy over here, 2 C's. It is a little weird that Warlord is kind of getting bent just because of the nature of it. So, but I guess, that's just kind of how they designed it. And it's one of those, like, it comes in the end. It's like, do I really want to delay Warlord 20th anniversary for just making sure this ain't crinkled? It's like, screw it. It's a dead game, right? The logo doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to crack it over here. Ooh, pull tab. That pull tab didn't work for me. But I can now peel from the top. Oh, we want the sound effect in on this one. There we go. Okay, got a little bit of the inner plastic. Oh my God, this thing is hard to open. Ha! I got it. Slide it out. Boom. Okay, so first things first, I'm just taking a look at a few things here. Ooh, these are pretty. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start just kind of flipping them one by one onto here, and then like that's how I'll do it. So first thing I see is another letter. So the first card is another, looks like another love note to the Warlord community. Oh, Joanski, you are celebrating by gifting these subs. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. And now, just like everyone loves in Warlord, we're going to hear some die rolling. I'm trying to see if this is... Okay, this is slightly different than the letter in there. But thank you all for rolling crits, slaying brine fiends, and challenging overlords for all these years. You're the ones who made this game... made the game the classic it is. So that's the fun part at the end. Oh, here we go. This is how you get the shout out names here. Why am I using this one? Here we go. You got names over here. Come on. Stop being blurry. All right. There we go. I guess my moving fingers on there. But there's a whole bunch of names on here that I have in here. Arnruder, Oliver Schaff, the initial concept. Playtest design, Woodrow Hood. Garbage, Josh King. Yeah, you're all right, Josh. You good people. Vic Paulides, he likes the reject deck corner, as you see on here. And Todd Rowland, AEG's brand manager, or I don't know if he's even more than that now. Anyway, the original design, Warlord Saga Storm original design by Ray Lau, Kevin Millard, Jim Pinto, Ree Sosby. I hope I said that right. Wow, that was the original design team. Look at that. Consulting and story, Richard Carter, Greg Melkin, and Laura Scott. Art by Francisco Rico Torres. Graphic design, Robert Silk, Brendan Goodyear. Project lead, Todd Rowland. So we know who to blame. Todd, it's all your fault. All the successes and failures are all your fault. Production, David Lepore. Special thanks go to John Goodenough. He was good enough. Oh, Vlad. I can say your name, I swear. Vladimir Oriana. I hope I got the double L right. Oh, man. If not, Vlad, you're the man. John Zinzer, of course. And most of all, fans of Warlord everywhere. Okay, so let's get to actual cards. First thing I noticed, a few people have been reporting that it looks like the cut job on some of them have been rough. I've seen like a little dent in there. For some strange reason, it's only, I got the cut only on this card here at the very bottom. I don't think I can see. Oh, there you go. You can see that bend right there. So some people are getting that on every pack, which is very unfortunate. I don't know how it is. I guess it's like hit or miss. Just I guess that's the nature of having such a tight pack. Thankfully, I have it just on this card. And then all the other cards are good. So don't know how that happened, but I lucked out. So let's start us off. Boom. Okay. I think I can get this a little closer for you guys. It's just going to be very funny looking when I do it. Oh, come on. Go down. Stupid tripod. You guys are seeing production value at its finest right here. There we go. Okay, I think that gets a little better. So we have Ale, Celestial Enforcer. I won't read every single card here. He is a fighter rogue, and he does paladin things, and he's planner. Midge says they did him dirty, and I tend to agree. I think starting off, this is the weaker one. So Ale Darkfeather obviously is the Medusan Lord that inspired this bad boy. There is some cool stuff. It has built-in movement. It does have the Free Kingdoms feel of the die roll bonus. I just don't think it felt like the actual Medusan Lord itself, so that's my only downside here. He is not great in Ancients. There are some cool things you can do with him, but I compared to like a lot of the other ones, I do think this one is a miss. So first one out here, I'm being very critical of. But he's a totally fine Warlord. If to say a positive thing about him, he's definitely a new player friendly Warlord. Very easy to pick up, very easy to understand. The really only troubling thing that you'll learn from this is what planner is, which might have to be explained to you, but that's fine. And then also just the multi-class fact. Like this might be the first multi-class one that they say. But again, this is a 20th anniversary pack. It's not really targeted towards new players because like when you buy this pack, you can't just pick up and play. So would have liked something a little bit more powerful, but he's still cool and still happy he exists. Going to the next one. Ooh, here we go. Big Emperor C, a.k.a. the Master K. So this guy does a whole lot of scribing, does a whole lot of draw. Now, unlike Isle, oh my God, why is this glare? Get out of here. You weren't here when I was trying to do this before. Well, that sucks. Hey, I guess when I moved my camera, I messed this up. Anyway, Emperor Kahalis. There we go. So good old wizard with scribe. Unlike Ale, has the flavor of Master K because you can increase your hand size and you don't spend for spells. Like that's what the Storm Gem was. That's what Master K does, and this is a home run. So far, I haven't seen in our online tournaments, haven't seen anyone do anything too crazy with him. He seems like a very fair and fine Warlord. We saw him do very well in the 4E tournament. A lot of people picked him up, but he's just a very good Warlord. In terms of power level, I don't think he's the top, but he certainly is not the bottom. This was perfect. The art is gorgeous. Very happy with this one. Dev fans, rejoice. Speaking of overpowered, this Warlord ain't overpowered. Just the faction that it's in. Master Assassin Care. Or Care? I don't know. Care. It's Care Bear. But no, there actually is a Care Bear that's also an elf assassin. So Care Bear. So again, also has a feeling where if he's going to be a smaller version and doesn't have the black knives yet, he's going to have some kind of other knives there, and that's what that whole DC check to spend kind of feels. It has stealth and is an assassin, obviously, so this also feels like it. If we wanted to be a little bit more rogue, could have went instead of 6'6", could have went like 5'6", just to kind of make that feel like that. Evil, of course. You don't think you do the assassin strike with being a good person here. And then, I know. I'm sorry, guys, that this is like off-centered and goofy. Trying to fight with the glare that's coming all of a sudden from the light I set up. But yeah, he also lets you keep cards. So, also very cool. So there's no instant kill of Warlords, of what you do with Black Knives, but when he hits you while you're spent, you might as well die. That's just what assassins do. So this one, again, very playable. He's about a middle of the pack, I would say, in power level. To the other elf assassins that already exist, like Carebray or even Zevel, who's an assassin bard. You go with which one depending on really what angle you want to go with. You can go different. So they each kind of have their own feel, but obviously the power gamer's going to go for one, and then the others will kind of just like, all right, I just want the flavor here. So we got that pack. And now we have who I think is the best here. High Priest Nasseril. Nasseril Hate, the original Medusan Lord. And I think he is the best card. Came out really nice. Like just the coloring on it. Like when we see the digital files, obviously I'm not like, how's this green border going to look? But this came out perfect. So you can check back on some of my previous videos in the last Ancients event. I ran a deck with him. We went 4-2. Did respectively well. I do think he is the strongest as is now. Just the ability to start a level 3 character. That, again, hits the original Medusan Lord flavor very well. So he's super, super good. And he's, first of all, just a Nothrog cleric in general. There was a reason why they didn't get many so far. But he's also a seer. He's got good strikes if he wants to go up. Because, he is a Nothrog. If you can't fight in the Nothrog tribe, they send you down the river. That's just how it goes. And then also the medicine check to heal and either inflict or heal wounds. That was also one of the lesser known abilities that was on Hate. So absolute home run, absolute beast. Probably this is the card I was looking forward to the most in this pack. And the one that I'm probably going to build. Because I already have. All right, now from the best to depending on who you ask with Dwarven Loyalists, this might be the worst. We got Life, Scion of Core here. Good, poor old Life. He is obviously the little version of Death. 7/4, he's a front rank cleric warlord. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. Death isn't a front rank cleric. In fact, he actually does the opposite. I guess that's what you're going for then. If he's Life would go to the front where Death kind of hid behind two armies. So yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. Power attack, I guess, just because he's a dwarf. Did you really need to have -1 level for casting spells? Is there a level 5 spell that you were worried about? What I will say about this one is, besides the amazing art, great job, Francisco. It just goes back to show how mistreated the dwarves were by the design teams and anyone throughout history. Dwarves were definitely either you absolutely hate them or you're a dwarven loyalist. I have I have a soft spot for dwarves. As the Medusan Lord that I was gifted by Arn, I chose to make it a dwarf just for that reason, because they've been underappreciated. I am a dwarven ally. So, I can probably try and do something with this guy, but I am a little disappointed power level wise. Hopefully somebody will do something with him. I'm sure there are a lot of dwarven loyalists out there, that will figure this guy out. So hopefully you guys are good. But again, I think design's kind of like, yeah, let's just give the dwarf, let's make him a front ranker. Front rank is really hard in Ancients. Like, yeah, let's let him do that. Dwarves always take the hard route. That's why they live in caves and fight off abyssals. With that, this is my number 2 pick here. Bane of Masiris, Lady Bane. Obviously, look at that. Number 1, the first Medusan Lord and the second Medusan Lord, I think, are the best 2 in the pack. And then Master K. I don't think Master K was 3rd. Care might be. Seer might be. I forgot what order they came in. Oh, now it's hurting my cred. But anyway, Bane of Masiris. Anyone who paid attention to the 4E online event that recently passed, the Bane deck was really good. Just being able to equip multiple steeds, armor up, and go forward. It's really cool. I love the spin react, like before she is killed, like she swings. So I guess this is, she's meant to die because she goes to the front rank, and they understand that, especially with riding, like she's going to get to the front. And this is cool because this is before she makes her pact with whatever evil it is that makes her pretty much immortal. And then the Soul Stealer is eventually what it, like, takes her out. So it's obviously like she's like vulnerable by going to the front, but like right before she gets like one last shot before she dies. And here it's kind of like then the future version can't die. So yeah, I think this one hits flavor. You've seen this art kind of championed throughout a whole lot of this campaign for this pack, so it's a solid one. This is a good Warlord. 3 strikes, thank you. Thank you for that one. And 7 skill, 4 HP. We couldn't even give life 4 HP? You guys just hate dwarves. Then we get the Chosen. The Chosen getting some love. For those who did not play 4th edition, the Chosen are essentially Viking demons. Viking demon slavers. And also a little bit of purple sailor gnome as well. Being the quote-unquote purple people eaters. Not the Minnesota crew. Not those Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. Look at that. See, like, I don't know if Arn was into American football. So, but, I mean, it's right there. You just got to take it. So Princess Alize is a bard, which was very interesting because obviously you wouldn't really think of Viking slavers being bardic in nature. As Techian. Ooh, there you go. I guess that's another historical comparison that you can make, would you? But Princess Alize is really good. I really, like, obviously, I don't know who she kind of really imitates from the Medusan Lord level, and I don't think that's clear. There's a whole, like, the Medusan Lord levels for the Chosen, there's like a Harvester of Souls, there's the triple one, so she could be one of those. Like, I don't really know which one it is. Midge, the Green Bay Packer fan, saying "fuck the Vikings." Oh man, there's a nice play group in Minnesota who plays Warlord who might have a thing or two to say to you, and it's that Aaron Rodgers. Somehow you got one more year with him. Oh man, I just dated this video with that, but of course it's dated anyway. It's 20th anniversary. All right. So with the Chosen, their whole mechanic is all about sacrificing thralls and triggering abilities when you do so. So just because you don't really have anything else to go with that, it's like, okay, cool. Like, if you kill one of my guys, it counts as a cost. Like, that's really cool. And then just a very simple order of being a bard, of inspiring the slaves that you have, put under your control, being colonialist Viking Aztecians, as you will. She's just a solid card. 9 skill, really like that. Really cool. That one I think is another win. So again, most of the Warlords in this pack, I would say, are absolute hits. Really just Ale and Life could have, again, even then I wouldn't say they're bad, but they're definitely below the rest. Just give them a little bit something. That's really it. And now, life got done dirty. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that real life? And now we come to the reveal. Or should I save the reveal for last? Nah, let's go for the Overlord now. Right in the middle. Because you guys are fast forwarding trying to see when I'm going to show the Overlord. So screw you people not watching the whole thing. Here we go. Ged Tyrannus. Which really just sounds like it's ripped off out of Star Wars. But I'm pretty sure there's some mythology behind the name Tyrannus. This looks like the original Emperor. And if he's the Emperor, he's Tyrannus, tyrannical. I guess that's really kind of what they're going for. There's somebody who knows the actual story. Laura, wait, I don't know what you're doing. You're probably like putting your kids to bed, getting them ready for school tomorrow. You really need to stop. Like, I know you're not watching this stream, but like, get on here and explain to me what's going on with this guy. So here we go. Overlord, 3 strikes. Okay, so that makes sense. Is a fighter. Mercenary. What in God's name does this have any business being a mercenary? I wish I knew. I don't know if there's any mercenary storm rates. Were they like, cool, we're going to make an abyssal Overlord, start getting the art, and you're like, you know what? This guy looks metal as fuck. He might be, he might really be a dev storm wraith. Nah, let's just make a mercenary. It's fine. Should have made it both. Should have hedged your bet. But he has a charge on him. All right, I'm going to bring it closer here just so I can actually read it. After the ready phase, put a charge on Tyrannus. He is a Storm Wraith. He's Planner. He's an Overlord. He already comes with 1 charge. So order once per turn per charge. Move target Storm Wraith you control forward 1 rank, or target character in opposing front rank must succeed with a magic save DC 15 or suffer a wound. He being a Storm Wraith, so he can move himself. So, I would say, like, I was kind of hoping for something a little cooler. I think just because of the build-up, I think I'm a little down on this guy. The art is, of course, gorgeous. But, the surprise in the pack, I was really opening up and be like, oh my God, it's the Emperor. This is so cool. But I think maybe I would have had to have read some of the fiction in order to kind of understand it, probably. Ged Parsifal was a Merc Storm Wraith. Okay, so there is one. Look at, and all you guys are like, how could I forget about Ged Parsifal? Like, how could I forget about it? Did you ever actually play him? I don't think so. Is there any mercenary Storm Wraiths? Thank you for paying attention, Mitch. Juhansky and Rick Leesis just answered that for you, bud. Yeah, and that's it. And then this guy. So he really should have just been a Deveranian, but I guess they were like, no, people like mercenaries more than like Deveranians. So let's go neutral on this. So again, I think that is a missed opportunity. I'm just checking the pack. What I am disappointed in is that there is no Overlord rules. You're going to give us an Overlord. Give us some kind of challenge rules. Like, give us, like, spend the time to think about, okay, if you're going to do that, okay, first step first, can play Storm Wraiths from any faction. Cover your bases right there. That's kind of implied as is now, but, like, you really should hold the hand of the people in order to kind of do it. Storm Wraiths don't pay a loyalty penalty. There you go. That like again, that's the first rule. But then it also gives like something else. Something like, starts with a Storm Wraith in play, and then like each time or each week he isn't defeated, you can increase the Storm Wraiths by 1 or decrease it by 1. Going back to the old Tython and Quarteth and Cacald, and I think they had that kind of thing. I don't think Iron Hall or anything. Maybe Iron Hall started with extra gargoyles attached, but like give that flavor in there too. So that's my main gripe here. Other than making him a mercenary, is you got to give me the rules. I know like it's cool, like D&D and a D20 system's all about like make your house rules. Like these rules are just really guidelines and you kind of go with it there. So like you can kind of do what you want with this guy, but I would have rather you guys get it. So I guess it's on us, guys. Let's start. Yeah, Dama started with extra cards when she was lost. Yeah, so exactly. Didn't matter. Krun killed her anyway. That's true. Krun killed a lot of Damas for sure. At least 700. But yeah, you should have gave us some rules. So now we, the community, will have to think about this and figure out what we want to do. But thank you for that great art, though. That's really cool. Okay, so put out this next card. The only trio that you get, and of course, it's Brine Fiend. The new Brine Fiend. And this Brine Fiend definitely has like a new high definition camera. He's definitely posing for this selfie. Like this is what he's doing in the, like you see this little claw right here. He really should have a digital camera here taking it, because like look at all this. Now he's aged and worked out. Like he's no longer the little Brine Fiend that you know of. He's rolled enough 20s that he's trying to say he's glowed up. And he's definitely looking more fiendish here. But, Brine Fiend, the iconic character. Nothing else to really say about that. There is some flavor text. Empires rise and fall, yet they remain. Jonah the Burglar. That's perfect. It understands what we're doing here, because Brine Fiend is very iconic. It's very cool that you gave 3 of it too, because you always have use for extra Brine Fiends. So kudos to you guys on just thinking like, yeah, we got to include a Brine Fiend, right? Again, it shows that the people behind this, were invested in the game and do understand these kind of deals. All right, so now we got some items. I'm going to start with the back one just because it's new. We get the little armor that comes with Ged Tyrannus. So, Overlord should have been Jonah. I agree. I think that would have been great. So Storm Herald's Regalia. +5/+5, level 9. Armor, gauntlet, helm, weapon. All in one kit. That's it. Doesn't integrate with anything else. It is what it is. Unique, 1 charge. Once per turn, put a charge on target card you control. Okay, so this has a little synergy with him. So obviously there's another Overlord rule that he starts in play with the Regalia. And then he makes himself very, very deadly. Order, remove 2 charges. This fighter gains magic resistance +5 and planner until the end of turn. So he's going to get double planner. Look at that. Obviously, like when you're playing this in constructed, it gets a little bit better. But this is okay. I love the 5 and 5 is really what kind of like glares at me. This guy does a lot of things with charges. I guess that's very magic item-ish, like, but that's really for wands. I don't know. There's like some wondrous magic items that have 3 charges per day and do things like that. So I guess it does fit the D&D theme. I just wish that this, for a level 9, considering what else is already there in Warlord history, I wish this kind of had a hit harder than just magic resistance and planner. Like, ready him. Like, do something like that. Like, that would be baller status, especially because you're giving up so many item slots in order to kind of get this on here. And it's unique. Look at that. Alrighty. Next item, starting pretty much in the order that we went. We have... Damn, I can't get that out of shot. We have Ael's little shield here, which is called Archangel's Bulwark. +2. All right, I ain't going to read everything here, but we got the shield here. Just I guess I'll kind of go through the items real quick here. This is the shield, or maybe I have to read it because, honestly, like, that's the thing when it came out. Like, I really wasn't excited about the items. Like, I know that's why they like, obviously it makes sense. Like, you're going to get items in a pack because if you're commissioning art, it's really hard to kind of get an action in here. So they are items. They are pretty cool to see. So it's a classless item. And then, like, there's a bonus if it's a fighter or a rogue. And then if it's Free Kingdom. So it fits a lot of the other ones. Like, I think of cards like Bracers of Icarus when I think of this. It's kind of like, if you meet this qualifier, then you gain this. So it's an okay item. It's not too bad. Not too good. Next, we get the Staff of the Storm. This one, I think, sees play right away. In just about everything. Like, giving the built-in feat. All right, come on. No glare. Where are you coming from, glare? Staff of the Storm. See, so this is kind of like, oh, I had a staff in here. And then, like, you break the staff and then you get that little soul gem inside there. It's like, there you go. Seeing that flavor in there. Now, the Storm Gem was like green, but I think the Storm Gem is actually on his, I'm trying to get real close here, on his little ring finger there. It's like a green little gem. That might be the Storm Gem. Huh, look at that. I think that is. That's pretty cool if that's the case. But anyway, if this wizard is a Deverinian, their scribe spells gain +2 DC saves. +2 to DC saves and strikes. I should have said that more clearly. I heard it in my head. It didn't come out of my mouth. Order once per turn. Target X characters within 2 ranks must succeed with a magic save DC 11 or suffer a wound where X is the number of spells scribed to this wizard. So as you can see, kind of like with the Bulwark on this, it really synergizes obviously with the Warlord themselves. As you're scrapping more spells onto Kehalis, you're just blasting people. Even though DC 11 isn't too crazy, that's still super fun. This, on the other hand, this is one of the better items for sure. Because it is not unique and it's boosting Thrall's attack. So only level 5 classless item. You can put this on essentially any level 3 or higher chosen character. What did I miss? Who won the match? It wasn't me. I think AEG won at this point because they got my monies. They got all of our monies. But you know what? We got some sweet packs. So I guess we're gonna go 1-1 draw in that case. But this is an absolute win for sure. Life lost. Oh, too real from the dwarven loyalist Rolo, one of the many. So yeah, I forgot what the second ability is on this thing. Before this character dies, spend this to do a melee strike. So yeah, really, it's kind of like a very supportive item. I really like this one. I did have it in my Alize deck when I was getting ready for the 4E. All right, let's go to Life and his little Core's Warhammer. It's not Death's Axe, which is a little sad. I would have loved if this card just says, before somebody draws a card, like perform a melee strike at them. It doesn't say that, right? It does not. Ah, come on. That's where you could have got the death flavor on. Or obviously you're not going to just kill somebody who draws a card. Poor Kothka. You would not get to exist. Or Belial. Oh man, imagine that. The dwarves, like seeing the elves just get in, like just being in the spotlight too long. Dwarves like, you know what? That's it. Finally, after 20 years, I'm done with it. Death's Axe. Here we go. Could have been something where this lets you draw cards. That would have been great. That would have been something nice for the dwarves. But this as is actually isn't that bad. Level 6 weapon, clerical fighter. Adjacent characters you control gain defend +4, which is very fitting for Life, who's going to go in the front rank. And then adjacent dwarves you control gain 2 AC. So they're defending and boosting. It's very like Hember Sigil plus. But it does use the weapon slot. So that's the only sad part. But still very good. I mean, maybe you can do something where it's like dwarven proficiency, where if it's equipped to a dwarf, it loses the weapon trait. Then it just gets really good. But okay. Ablong's Plate. I think I remember this one being good. And it's really cool seeing like Ablong, the Artificer, the level 2 choose your own adventure Warlord, getting some love and kind of now tied to the ethos that is Lady Bane. So Ablong's Plate +4 AC. Mercenaries are +1 level for equipping it. So it's a level 7. This is the highest of them. I think Callus's staff was also 7, but if you're a level 5 wizard, you're going to be able to equip that in rank 2, and you ain't going to the front rank most likely anyway. But this is one, let's see. After this fighter is targeted with a range strike, spend and stun an equipped armor, gauntlet, or shield. The strike is a critical failure. Like, that is really good. Let me tell you guys, spoiler alert for Ancients, range strikes are very good. And so giving the fighters some protection here, this is a home run of a design. 4 AC and the ability to just make these range strikes miss. And you can use it multiple times because you can stun an armor, gauntlet, or shield. Either one of these. If you're playing a front rank fighter is really who you kind of want with this, like that's where you're going. So very nice design card like that. We have next, Blade of Dark Tidings, aka Baby Black Knives. If this rogue is an elf, wounds or melee strikes may not be reduced. That's really cool. Like, so that's something that rogues in general have always wanted, but now like tying that to the elven faction, so it's very limited on which it's just perfect. This is also another home run. It's level 5, so you can equip it while stealth in the opposing rank, assuming you're not multi-class. Like, that's also just a home run from a design standpoint. Spending the blade to perform a +0 melee strike. Of course, the 3 bonus that you're getting from this is also included. So again, this is a really well-designed card. I really like this because it really gives you really got to think if you really want this. If you are stealth in and you don't want to, like if you play the stealth in rogue, obviously the iconic rogue weapon is Black Steel Dagger. That's level 6. You can't equip that in the opposing army once you get there. And usually stealth decks want to get there very fast. So as you're stealthing around, getting ready for the assassin strike, being able to just throw this on your warlord while they're already stealthed in, it's just they thought that one out. That's very good. Last but not least, some really cool art right here. Messenger's head. It's literally a shrunken head from Hate. And there's Jonah the Burglar. See, like, you could have also, you tied in Jonah the Burglar here. You could have made Jonah the Burglar the Overlord, though. But this is a very nice one. Very, very nice. Messenger's head +1. All right, unique cursed. There we go. Shamans may equip this item regardless of class restriction. So, what up, Tauth? Or Tayouth, depending on who you're talking to. can equip this and just move around. And this also fits a lot in with the natural hate's ability to move, or like natural hate in the original challenge. Let me actually put it down while I do story time here, just so you're not just staring at Q-tip for a while. But I do remember hate, like the opening move was always like, because hate could start with 2 Nothrog warlords in place of their level 2 starters. So it's always started Uthenak and Krun. And the move was always order up Krun using Uthenak. And then you go RBD and just imprison that bad boy. And it's like, there goes Krun. But like the ability to move around the Nothrogs, that kind of fits in with that flair too. Really like it. And with that, that is the 20th anniversary pack and all of its goodness right here. So what do I think about it? Again, I think for the most part, I've kind of covered this. I do think, there's a lot of great things that happen here. There's a lot of room for improvement, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on that. I have heard rumblings that this was something that kind of had to kind of get rushed, where it's kind of like, we got the green light. Let's go. So like, to turn around what they did as fast as they did, like that cannot be understated as being great. You can tell, like, again, because of that, probably because of the timing, I'd say that they played it super safe. But either way, it's new Warlord cards in the year of 2021. Like, what more can you ask for? Like, it's really great. And the letter itself kind of hints that something might be down the line. I don't know. What was that? I definitely read something in here that's kind of like, ooh, okay. I'm now looking. And with more than a little desire to return. It's something we look back on finally, and with more than a little desire to return. So if you have more than a desire to return, does that mean you're taking action? Who knows? I might just be, someone get me a tinfoil hat instead of my New Jersey cap. Trying to read between the lines here and see what's going on here, dropping hints. But, again, I'm really stoked about this. I can't wait to build some of these IRL. Frankly, I can't wait to play Warlord IRL. But looking forward to seeing people at Gen Con. I know there's not going to be anything formal this year due to the situation that is our reality. But hopefully anyone who's around there, I will be there. And I'll bring some Warlord decks and sling some cards with you guys however we can. But I will make sure I have this with me for sure. What I will say now, one of the things that you've kind of seen throughout this whole stream here is me looking back on Warlord fondly. And now you're going to see me kind of like wander away as I move my camera back. There we go. So I'm just doing silly things and making you all very dizzy. There we go. I think I got back to my almost centered shot. See, this is what happens when you don't prepare for moving cameras around. Okay, cool. Now it's like a better shot here. So anyway, what you saw with this stream is me kind of like reflecting back fondly. I mean, just even reading the letter and trying to be like naming the names on here. It's like, there's so many people that really make the story that is Warlord. And for that reason, I feel we need to do something a little special with a giveaway as I knock away my camera as I type in a prompt. So Nightbot has something to say to you guys. So I will be giving away this pack that I just opened, but I'm not going to give it away to someone who's watching here. We're going to do something a little different. I was able to just go on Gmail and just make Warlord giveaway at gmail.com. And we are going to have you guys write in a story about someone who you think should get this pack. Now, I will say, I want to give this pack away to somebody who may have missed the original announcement. So that is the kind of one thing that I will give to you guys. Make it somebody who actually needs this pack. Don't write Woodrow Hood, please. Like, I'm just going to discard it. Because I know that man has like probably a crate of them. But like, give it to somebody else. Somebody who missed out on the announcement. But also like, you can't nominate yourself. I want you to write in to warlordgiveaway@gmail.com and write a story about someone. Well, first, say the name of a friend of yours or whoever who you think should get this pack. And then write a story about anything related to Warlord and them. Because obviously, if they play Warlord, they got to have some crazy story. Whether you were there for it or not, or you just kind of heard it in passing. Like, you can be like, oh, like, I want to give it away to my friend, yada, yada. And I remember back in the day first seeing these packs, and he bought Slayer the Unkind, and I bought Sir Robert the Vigilant, and then I just realized that Free Kingdoms are just crushing Demorations all, like, or something like that. Or, like, I remember the time that we traveled to Gen Con, and we played in the Warlord event, and, you know, I had so much fun seeing my friend make top 8 or something like that. But the more interesting the story, the better. As long as you guys write in a story, just giving it away to somebody, and you have a cool story, like, I'm going to pick the winner based off of that. As long as I get enough entries, I'll read it out on the air too. So feel free to be as sappy as possible. Where I kind of got the inspiration from this is I remember where this all kind of started. Warlord was, like, after Warlord ended, there was pretty much quiet lull for a while. Nothing was really happening except for the one tournament at Gen Con every year. And then I remember there was a Facebook thread all of a sudden, and everyone just started sharing stories of Warlord. And then all of a sudden that spark was just relit. And then shortly after that, all of a sudden Woodrow was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to go baller on a lot of these events. And then Josh is like, I'm going to be a degenerate and throw a whole bunch of money at this game. And then all of a sudden now you look at where we are, and we're having 50 people monthly tournaments online throughout the pandemic, and the secondary market's going insane. Like, it's just... But I still think fondly on that Facebook thread from a couple years ago, because that's where everyone just turned into Warlord story time. And, like, that thread, I think, was like 500 comments long. And then now here we are getting a 20th anniversary set. So that's really what this game is about to me. And I want... It really is about the people that I met throughout this. Obviously, the game itself is fun. But, you know, the people are really what made it special. So... there's got to be someone in your that you know of who didn't get this pack that you have a story about. So just write into that, and we'll figure it out. I think I'll probably give it to like the end of the month or so. Yeah, we'll say we'll cut it off like September 1st. Get your entries in, and again, write to warlordgiveaway@gmail.com and tell me a story. You can see it right. There we go, right up here. I put the little chat right there. You all have gone silent since I kind of did that prompt. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I'm hoping you guys have as much fun with that as I'm going to have. I'm going to enjoy reading everything you guys send to me. So please do so. With that, I bid you all fair adieu. Hopefully you all are getting your packs in soon. I did get an email today from AEG just kind of clarifying. I know a lot of people are kind of like, wait, I didn't get any shipments. Like, spoiler alert, I had... since the max that you could order was 6, I ordered them. I really wanted 10. I ordered 4 to one place and 6 to the other. I got the pack of 4 in. And my order for 6, I haven't gotten a shipping notification. So what I will say to all you guys is, Joanski, thank you for the cheer, buddy. Really appreciate it. So what I will say to all you guys is that email kind of clarified a little bit. So definitely check it. They do kind of mention that don't worry, like, everything will be sent out before the end of September. But the notifications are all like jammed up. They said that they're sending out a lot of the Warlord product in tandem with the big game night that they're doing at Gen Con. As part of it, they're not doing it at Gen Con. Big game night was something AEG used to always run at Gen Con, but I think they did it as a Kickstarter this year, which is really cool. So I think they're fulfilling those orders now, having all those games. So shipping out all those along with the Warlord is just kind of, they're kind of slammed. Just the way that anyone who's kind of paid attention to the board game industry knows that shipping and logistics is a real pain right now for board game companies. So I think that's really what they were going for here. But they said, like, even if you don't get a shipping notification, you may get the notification after it arrives. So their system's all messed up. I mean, I don't know. Vlad could be sending these out by hand. Poor Vlad. I hope you're not. But, I don't know what kind of operation AEG has, but clearly they're having some little challenges there. So obviously they sent that out as a kind of, hey guys, don't worry. We know you guys haven't gotten your notifications. Don't worry. You'll get it by September. And then they're like, just don't write into us by September. That was a little weird, guys. Cause obviously you really think someone's going to be like, no, don't write into me. It's like, screw you. I'm going to write into you if I don't have my product. I want my product. I am a passionate fan. But yeah, I believe Vlad is using his feet. Ugh. Oh man, Vlad, I hope you really wash your feet, man. You're not one of those bohemian guys who walks around barefoot all day. That would be real unfortunate. But anyway, so AEG is obviously having a little bit of shipping troubles, but just you guys will get it by September. And if not, if you haven't gotten your packs, you can get it from this giveaway. Unless, obviously, if you ordered 6, then don't try and win my free pack. Give it to your buddy who taught you how to play the game, but then didn't buy this pack. Because we keep seeing in Discord, someone keeps popping up saying, oh, I didn't get the pack. Well, go to twitch.tv/NirvanaTool. Watch this video. Go to Chris Vack, a.k.a. Nirvana Tool, on YouTube. Watch this video. Send them to this. And then, they can't enter for themselves. You got to enter for them. So that's also another thing. I don't want people to don't make up a name. Let me say that out loud. Don't be like, I'm going to go give it to Billy Bob Thornton. Because I know Billy Bob Thornton does not play Warlord, all right? I don't care. He's too busy, getting some residuals for all his crazy movies that he's made. Check out Fargo Season 1. Highly recommend that. He's awesome in that. Yeah, that's the Billy Bob that I go for? Yes, that is. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this very weird stream that I had a lot of fun doing. Hope you guys enjoyed bantering as well. And again, the email address to send in your entry for the Warlord giveaway is warlordgiveaway@gmail.com. So I'll be hearing from you guys soon. We'll be covering the 2021 World Championships starting this week. So get ready, guys. Get those decks in. And with that, I bid you all a farewell and happy dice slinging. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.